It can be really difficult to choose the right microphone to buy for your camera when there's thousands of options to choose from. But Hohem just released their new wireless microphone that has some standout features that I think make this the best option for content creators. In the box with this mic, you get the instruction manual, a USB Type-C cable, and these two little fluffy wind screens. Then there's the charging case, and inside are two wireless microphones and one receiver. The first thing that I love about this microphone is just how easy it is to use. It's literally plug and play with no additional steps required. You just take the microphone and the receiver out of the charging case, plug the receiver into your phone, your camera, or your laptop, and you're ready to go. This microphone has a lot of cool features built into it, but the best part about it is that none of those features get in the way of its simplicity. You can just plug it in and it works. And then if you do find yourself needing some additional feature, those features are there and they're easy to learn how to use. On the one side of the transmitter, there's a USB Type-C port if you ever wanted to use it while simultaneously charging the mic. And on the other end, there's a 3.5mm audio jack for plugging in an external mic. Though you probably won't find yourself using either of these very often, considering the built-in 360-degree omnidirectional microphone is really high quality already, and the built-in battery can power the microphone for up to 7.5 hours. Here is an audio test so you can hear what the audio sounds like when I'm just using the built-in microphone on my Canon R8. Here is what the audio sounds like when I'm using a shotgun microphone that's mounted on top of the camera. And now here is what the audio sounds like using the Hohem wireless mic. Also, this entire video is shot using this microphone, so all the rest of the audio that you hear throughout the video and all the audio you've been hearing was recorded using this microphone. On the back of the microphone, there's a clip for connecting it to your shirt. There's also this magnetic plate, so you can put the magnetic plate inside your shirt and then connect the microphone to it. So your microphone doesn't just have to be right on your collar, it can be anywhere you want it. You can also just use the magnet to easily connect the microphone to any metal surface. These microphones have built-in noise cancellation, which can be toggled on and off, which is great for reducing wind noise. And if you're ever in a situation with a lot of wind, you can also attach the included windscreen for reducing wind noise even more. When using this mic with a smartphone, the mic actually has a wireless shutter control button on it that you can use to start and stop video recording or even snap photos on your phone wirelessly like a remote. This is a really useful feature to have as a solo content creator because now instead of having to pick up my phone and start and stop videos between every single take, I can just control all of that right here from my mic. On the bottom of the microphone, there's a card slot for TF or micro SD cards that gives you the option to record backup files and even use the microphone as a standalone device. So you can just take this, hit the record button, and it'll start recording an audio file that's being saved to the SD card. If the receiver is not plugged into a camera, then that audio file is just going to be saved to the SD card. If the receiver is plugged into a camera, it'll actually save two files, one to the camera and one to the SD card on the mic. To charge the microphones, all you have to do is put them back in the charging case, close the lid, and they'll automatically start charging from the battery that's in the charging case. So you can actually recharge these when you're on the go. And then to charge the charging case, you just plug it in with the USB-C port on the back. Now, moving on to the receiver, this is available in two different versions. There's this Lightning port version for iPhones, and there's a USB-C version. So you're going to want to make sure that you purchase the right version that's going to be compatible with your devices. Of course, you could always purchase a third-party adapter if you wanted to use this with multiple different devices that have different ports. If you're using this with a laptop, a tablet, or a phone, you can just plug the receiver directly into the device. But if you're using a camera like my Canon R8 here, there's an audio jack on the end for connecting it with an audio cable. When plugging the receiver into a device like a phone, the phone is providing the receiver with power. No extra cords required. This is plugged in and it's ready to go. But if you're plugging the receiver into a camera using an audio cable, for one thing, the audio cable isn't included. You'll have to purchase this separately. And you'll also have to provide the receiver with external power. So you have to either plug this into an outlet or a power bank. So you'll end up with a setup like this, where you have a power bank plugged into the receiver, and then the receiver plugged into the camera. This audio jack can also be used for plugging in a pair of headphones for real-time monitoring, and the USB-C port can be used for pass-through power. So you can actually charge your phone while using the wireless mic. These actually have Apple chips inside, and they have official MFI certification, which is kind of like Apple's stamp of approval to use these with Apple devices, because they comply with iOS audio transmission protocols and charging standards, though they are still compatible with Android devices as well. One last thing that I really appreciate about this mic is that the receiver supports audio playback on smartphones. This is a huge problem that I've run into with other mics, where your smartphone actually thinks that this receiver is some sort of output audio device or speaker, but it's not. And so what happens is that when you try to play back a video on your smartphone, you can't hear the audio unless you unplug this receiver. This is a huge problem when I'm filming videos and I want to, check my video to make sure that it was all good before moving on to the next take, but I have to unplug this and replug it back in like 100 times over the course of a day. Gets super annoying. So the fact that I don't have to do that with this microphone is a game changer and saves me tons of time. If you do want to purchase this microphone, there is a link for it in the description below. You can watch some more of my videos over here, and I'll see you in the next one.